Unfiltered Podcast. It has been quite a while since this show. I actually ended the show a month ago, then decided that, you know what, let's just keep doing this for a little while, see how it goes. Lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about today, but I'm not going to go into everything because I'm actually driving home now in the rain from work. Super Bowl weekend's here. For the second year in a row, I'll be working Super Bowl weekend. So, there's that. I'll be working, which is fine. But my pick for the game, I'm leaning towards the Patriots. I'm going to pick the Patriots to actually win this game. The over in the game, I'm going to say... it's funny. I think the game was low scoring. I think they win the game. It was high scoring. I think the Rams win the game. But I think it'll be the over. I think I'll look at the over. I don't know. I don't know. This game was... There's something going on with this Pats team that feels, it just feels like it's just... And look, I think the Rams are a better team. I'm still surprised that the line is still Pats minus 2.5. I'm really surprised the line has not moved at all. And I just think there's something in the air for the Pats. Like, 6 rings. 6 rings for Belichick and Brady. And... oh man! I mean, if they look, this is going to be. I mean, you whether or not you're a Brady hater, Patriot hater or not, you gotta appreciate this, man. This is. I mean, what they're doing is you're not going to see again. And I'm not saying to root for them, but I'm saying at least appreciate what they're doing. I don't care how you feel about the Spygate and. Deflategate and all that. I get all that. I understand. I totally get the, disrespect towards the Patriots and what they've done, and I guess they cheated or, at the very least, pushed it to the edge of stretching, ways to win. But they're no different. At the end of the day, they really are no different than the other team, honestly, if we're being honest. Every team does it. The difference is they got caught multiple times. Although I would say the Deflategate was a bit overblown. I will still stick to my belief that Deflategate was a little overblown. But I'm taking the Patriots to win this game. I don't have a horse in the race. Like I said in this game. Like I don't. If the Rams win, I'm not gonna get mad. But I'm kind of rooting for Brady, man. I'm one of those guys that you hear in the Earnestly podcast all the time when I talk about Kyle Nash. So game report, and he gives me shit about my Brady fellatio, I want to call that. But I appreciate greatness, man, and Tom Brady is the epitome of greatness. Tom Brady is on the Mount Rushmore of all-time athletes in American history. I say it again: Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Wayne Gretzky, and Tom Brady. And I think the thing with Brady I love more than anything else is the fact that, he's 41. He'll be 42 next season. He's ready to say he's playing next year. There's a 0% chance he's retiring, as he said after this game. He still gives a fuck. People are like, oh, what if Brady just... You don't think Brady retired, on top? Wins a 6th ring and say, you know what, I'm done? Do you think Tom Brady is a sunset guy? Do you think Tom Brady is the kind of guy that wants to walk away in the sunset? Tom Brady is... You don't know Tom Brady well, then, if you think that that's the case. Tom Brady's the kind of guy that'll win on Sunday and then say, let's go for 7. And he wins next year, let's go for 8. That's that guy. And not only that, Tom Brady said himself, he has said already, on the record, that the game now comes easier to him at age 41 than it did 5-10 years ago. Because the rules, the way the games are called now, the rules especially, are heavily favorable for the quarterback, heavily favorable for offenses. That's why you'll see more quarterbacks like Drew Brees. You're seeing Drew Brees now, age 40, playing really good football, high-level football in the late stage of his career. It's why you'll probably see Phillip Rivers play into his 40s. If Eli Manning get his shit together, him too. Big Ben, if he can stop getting hurt, him too. So the idea that for Brady to retire, for what? He has no reason to. The game, he can still play the game at 40-something years old at a high level because, number one, he has the best coach in NFL history. the rules bend his way because of the way the game is called, why would he retire? Makes no sense. Doesn't get hurt. Other than in 2008 when he got hurt and missed the entire season in 2008, he hasn't had a reason to not play football. He's been healthy his entire career, outside that one season. There's no reason for him to quit. So, again, I'm leaning the Pats. In terms of betting, in terms of all that, I would still say take the over in the game. It was, last I checked, it was 56.5. Some sites have it as 57. But I take the over. I take the over in this game. I'm tired. What else want to talk about? Lots of NBA shit. And by the way, I'm not a fan of Super Bowl week anymore. Like, I don't even care. Like, I used to enjoy the lead up to Super Bowls. And in recent years, I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm okay with the 2 weeks off, because I obviously want both teams to be freshened up, But in all honesty, watching, First Take and Undisputed, the First Take does more than anything else. ESPN tends to whore themselves really more than anything else for celebrities, and people have a product to push. It's so fucking annoying, man. It really is. It's really annoying seeing, all these celebrities coming there. Some of them don't even give a shit about football, but they, are there to push a product. What are you here for? What are you here for? Like, the Dan Le Batard show had today, they had the Backstreet Boys on the show. And I'm not mad about the fact that Backstreet Boys are on the show. I don't care. But, and I'm not even saying that Backstreet Boys aren't football fans. I mean, you gotta figure at least half that band's football fans. I mean, they're a lot older now, too, especially. But it's just the idea that you have all these people give you want their analysis on the game. I don't. No disrespect to the Backstreet Boys or any other, celebrity, B-list celebrity that comes on the parade of shows throughout the week. No disrespect, but I don't care. I rather hear from football analysts or football players or, people who give a shit about the game itself. I'm sorry. Call me curmudgeon old man. I don't care. I don't care. That's how I feel. So, yeah. Super Bowl week sucks. But I gotta tell you, the Anthony Davis news a couple days ago at least took a little bit of the sting away from that. Because at some point you get tired of the listening to the BS with the Super Bowl week. So the NBA storyline mill has been ratcheted up a lot this week. Anthony Davis requests a trade. Kristaps Porzingis gets traded. Kyrie Irving now is starting to tease his way out of Boston. Kyrie Irving right now says that I ain't owe anybody shit, and he'll see July 1st. Which now is building more speculation that he may or may not be in Boston beyond this summer. I mean, it's insane. It's really insane. So the Kyrie Irving thing is a new thing to worry about now. Porzingis getting traded from New York. What the New York Knicks did. By the way, I did a solo podcast on an Earnestly podcast yesterday. Check it out. I broke down my my analysis on the trade itself. I don't know. I think the Knicks they're pushing the chips all in. Obviously, Porzingis doesn't want to be the long term. I totally get the panic to some degree. So I don't know. This car sounds really hard, really heavy, and really loud. I don't know why. But, yeah, so we'll see where that goes. Charles Barkley's pissed off now at the NBA for allowing, Anthony Davis to speak his piece, and Rich Paul and LeBron and all that, and the influence and him wanting to be a Laker and all that. Charles Barkley was really pissed off on the inside NBA. I wish I had the clip on to play on here, but he was pretty pissed off, about how things are being handled now. And I get it. The problem is the problem really is more than anything else. What can you do about it? The NBA, the new CBA, they implemented a supermax to encourage stars to stay with their respective teams, and it hasn't worked. Paul George still decided to leave Indiana. Players aren't staying anywhere. Kawhi Leonard could have stayed in San Antonio. He decided not to. He gets traded to Toronto. Anthony Davis now is going to be leaving New Orleans at some point, whether it's next week or next year. So it's not working. I mean, what can you do? And the thing with me is this. My opinion is this. I understand both sides of the argument. I'm all for player empowerment and players being able to influence where they want to play moving forward. I believe in a capitalist society. So in one way, players being able to dictate where they want to go, that's on them. If Anthony Davis doesn't want to play New Orleans anymore, that's his right. Why fake the funk? But I'm also sensitive to the idea that, teams, can't hold on to players. But then again, I think that's a little bit overblown too, because it's not like big market teams are, it's not like, big market teams always win. Look at the Knicks and the Bulls. They're shit. The Knicks have been bad for 20 years now? The Bulls have been bad since Jordan. And other than a couple of decent seasons with Derrick Rose and whatnot, they've been bad for a good portion of 20 years. The Lakers are bad for a good 5-6 year stretch. So it's not like the big market teams are, eating away at, eating up the, and only ones getting the good players. Oklahoma City is a small market. You know why OKC has guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook? Because they are run well. Those teams are run very well. Sam Presti's a really good GM. Okay, San Antonio, it's not a big market, but they've maintained success for over 30 years. Miami, not really a big market. They're a mid-market. They're a mid-sized market. They're not a big market in the vein of LA and Chicago and Boston and New York. I think it's a misnomer. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, people are just all, trying to find ways to blame somebody and blame somewhere, for the not misdeeds, but, just why things are running the way they are. And the bottom line is this, that there are a lot of teams in the NBA that are not run well. I hate to say it. The Knicks are not run well. The Bulls are definitely not run well. The Bulls might be the worst run franchise in the NBA right now, currently. So, I don't get... I don't understand all of that. I don't understand it at all. So, but I get Barkley why Barkley's pissed off. But what can you do about it? The NBA's done all it can to try to limit tampering. I mean, look, players are going to tamper. Players and teams are going to tamper. There's no way to control backdoor deals, really. You need surveillance 24/7, 365. Ain't gonna happen. So that's it. Period. Cory Booker announced yesterday he is running for president. Donald Trump says he will not. He won't do well. I mean, Cory Booker has to look and all that. Look. I'm not gonna sit there and make bold predictions, but I don't think he'll get far. I mean, it's my opinion. I don't know. The Democratic field is kind of interesting because right now everybody's trying to get a piece of the pie. You got Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, bunch of other candidates. We're still waiting on guys like Joe Biden and Beto O'Rourke. Once those guys declare they're ready to run for president, I believe that's when you'll see, the other little Democratic nominees, fall by the wayside. So I don't know. It's going to be a fun. We're less than 2 years away from the next election. I mean, this Trump administration, these Trump's 4 years has gone very, very quick. And we're already starting up the first portion of the primaries. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun 2 years. I mean, I'm a nerd of this stuff. So, anyway, I guess I'm done for now. Get at me, of course, on, you know what? Get me on Twitter, East7. And we'll see if we continue on this podcast. We'll see if we keep doing it. I'm okay with it. We'll see. Talk to you later.